Guys, welcome to What If Civilizations Start Over, episode 13. So let's get straight into it. If you end up enjoying this episode, please like and subscribe. It would really help. So let's jump straight into it. So going into the Indian Peninsula, because India, this country, wants to expand. So they're going to declare war on this nation right here, which is one of the weakest nations that came from Bengal. Bengal. As India, this is their first ever expansion into another. This is their first ever war. As troops will start moving in, and they'll capture the capital fast. As they like this, they feel good from this. So let's look at this piece. So India, feeling the goodness of this expansion thing, they will fully annex this nation. So they're gonna declare war on another old Bengali nation, which is very weak. They're gonna declare war on this country right here. The strongest Bengali nation that broke away from Bengal is this nation. This light blue nation, as it's even stronger than Bengal itself, and it's about the same strength as India. So if India fought this nation, they'll struggle very much. So we're going to see Indian troops. We're going to see Indian troops moving into this nation as they capture the capital and capture a major city. As they will also move from the north, but they will be stopped by this nation, which will also expand into the eastern area, and India will be forced to make a peace treaty with this nation. So let's look at this peace treaty. As this is the peace treaty, India and this nation will divide it, and this nation gets the eastern part and gets this major city, and India will get this area and gain the capital. So India does not want to go for this southern country, as they see it as no use. So the next nation they're gonna go for is this light blue nation, as India is becoming one of the most expansionist nations on earth, as they will not capture one major city. But to stop them again, we're gonna see this nation once again join the war and capture this as a capital is split between the Indians and these countries. So let's look at this peace treaty. This is the peace treaty. This country will gain, India will gain this area. This country will gain the capital. So now India is going to be rushing its troops production, because they wanna, because these two nations are now on each other's throats. They're absolute enemies, because both of them don't want the other to expand. So now we're going to see a giant war between these two nations. So India will have to be updated its government type, and I have to remove a lot of these, so I'll be back. So I updated the layer. So let's look at something else. So we're going to see the Egypt nation is very underpopulated. Most of their population most of the Egyptian population is in the north and these areas. One major city here, so it's most likely here on the coast, and maybe this river. So we're going to see the Egyptian Empire, which is one of the biggest which is a big nation, collapse. I wonder, is Egypt on the power rankings? Yes, it's number 10. So we might see that changing soon. So the first nation we're going to see a few nations actually move troops, as Djibouti will start moving troops into Egypt and almost fully capture this area of Egypt. And Carthage, this nation right here, Carthage, this nation, will also start moving troops into Egypt. But that's not all we're going to see, as we're going to see this eastern area of Egypt declare independence, as this area has been, as this area will capture the capital and maybe will be the Egyptians. As we're going to see this area of Libya declare independence, as Egypt is absolutely collapsing. As we're going to see this nation right here, which is also a weak nation, which wants to grow in power, will move troops to the eastern area of Egypt, as Egypt is collapsing badly. So Egypt will capitulate, not surrender. So let's look at this peace treaty. So this is the collapse of Egypt. Egypt becomes this inner area. The main Egyptian government becomes this inner area, as this country here, which I don't know what to call, will gain independence. Libya will gain independence, and this area will gain also independence, as this nation will gain a colony on the main African continent. So we're going to look at something else. We're going to see more exploration, and we're going to see almost all the nations start exploring, as the Danish and this nation, which are becoming great allies, who explore more, as even this nation's can you see this nation fully capture Michigan? And we're also going to see Italy's colony grow more, as they will also capture all of this, as even the Catalonians colony will enter into this peninsula. I don't know what's the name of it, and this northern area of South America. So we're going to look at all these nations expand right now, as this nation will capture all this area right here, and we're going to see this nation also claim this peninsula right here, and we're also gonna see the Italian colony claim all this area, which they're being stopped by this nation. They might be invading this nation soon. This nation is getting strong from their colonies. It's like the British Empire, as they will expand all this area, as in this nation right here will expand this area. You see this area here be split as this nation will capture this area, and they will take this area takes this area. So that's more American expansion. So we're going to see a large amount of all these African nations, even the one that just rebelled, putting a large amount of explorers on the job to fully explore the continent of Africa, as we're going to see this nation fully explore South Africa and even north as they start exploring fast. And it's only the Sahara that is left unexplored, but the northern African nations are busy at that. So we're going to see expansion by these nations for now. You see this nation expand more into southern Africa, fully taking the area. This nation right here is just gonna expand more eastern as they will capture the Victorian area, take it all, becoming a big country. These African empires don't last like the Egyptian empire. The Somalians would take over this area, and we're also gonna see the Northern Africans, only the Northern Africans, as we're going to see them take land out of the Sahara. But let me mark this as explored because it's just sand, and so I did this all on the wrong layer. Wow. Okay, I'll be back. That's all that we're going to see all these African countries expand, but we're going to see some new nations. The first nation that will come up in this continent is not new nations like new, is this nation up north, as they're now making colonies, which is now horrible for these African nations, as these are still small colonies, but we don't know, they might just expand so far that they become giant. So yeah, this is bad for these nations. As well, if you're going to see the Danish come up, as these African nations don't think anything of it now because it's just European nations. They already have a European nation on their continent, which is this nation right here, so they don't think much of it. But well, we might see something more happening, but no nation is gonna claim this whole area right here. So this is going to be the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.